sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not deck you. I was hitting you. I don't know what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you. That's the difference between me and you. You're a baby.
Yeah.
Wake the f*** up. You guys have been passed out in my room for about a week now. I had many opportunities to dispose of your bodies, but I figured you guys would wake back up. Well, I mean, I couldn't really do anything. Daddy Frit took quite a tumble down the stairs a few days ago, and as you can see, I've been rendered useless. But luckily for me, the Percocet is doing its job, the pain is gone, you guys are awake, so how about we get back to cooking some salt?
Can you keep it down? I'm trying to do drugs. You.
Welcome to another week where corporations just sit back and watch the consumers do all the fighting for them. I'm quite surprised people don't see it. YouTubers like me and everyone else are nothing more than pawns on the chessboard for these corporations. They know whatever they say is going to be reported all over the internet. The only difference is when I do it, I'm chocked up full of drugs. So you're going to get a very distorted yet very euphoric version of the news from me. Oh, don't lie to yourself. It's 100 times better than whatever daily content creator you're watching. Would you rather get spammed by 5 different videos a day you will never care about, or 5 different substances you could try? Yeah, that's what I thought. So as it turns out, much to nobody's surprise, billion-dollar Sony doesn't like to compete legitimately. They love to open up their wallet to prohibit games from going to Game Pass and other platforms, but absolutely hate opening up their wallet to put their games day one on their subscription services. All that profit Sony rakes in from the games they release isn't put back into the corporation to improve the quality of their services or products. It's set aside to make sure Xbox doesn't get games and keep Jim Ryan's Coke supply steady. But this is how corporations compete. It's nothing new, it's just so goddamn hilarious, especially coming from Sony, who just over a week ago came out and blatantly admitted that Microsoft owning Call of Duty would hurt them greatly. But why would they do that? Well, to play dirty and get the FTC to investigate Microsoft more. So the Bill Gates Corporation decided to fire back. If this is the game Sony's gonna play, well, let's play along with them. About freaking time. If you ask me, I think Microsoft plays nice way too often with Sony, who's basically been crippling them for years. Xbox has accused Sony of paying developers Game Pass block fees.
Oh no.
I know.
As part of a document sent to Brazil's Administrative Council for Economic Defense to justify its proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard, the Xbox firm claimed that Sony actively attempts to inhibit growth of Game Pass by trying to prevent content appearing on it. Considering that exclusivity strategies have been the core of Sony's strategy to strengthen its presence in the games industry, and that Sony is a leader in the distribution of digital games, Sony's concern with possible exclusivity of Activision's content is incoherent, to say the least, Microsoft claims. Oh, you can tell Microsoft has had enough of this bullshit once they start bringing out the receipts. It is indeed a known fact that Sony pays to keep content off of Xbox. And that type of practice is what helps cement the PlayStation as the Spider-Man console, or the Final Fantasy console. Marketing and exclusivity deals have been Sony's bread and butter for the PlayStation console. So to all of a sudden become anti all of those things makes absolutely no sense. It goes against everything Sony stands for. Never before in my life have I ever seen Sony be so anti-competitive. And when Microsoft, goddamn Microsoft of all corporations, is the one calling you out on this, you know you f***ed up. It only reveals once again a fear about an innovative business model that offers high-quality content at low costs to gamers, threatening a leadership that has been forged from a device-centric and exclusivity-focused strategy over the years.
Do you know what weakness is, Steve? Weakness is believing that competition is healthy.
All right, Microsoft, easy with the stroking of your own dick. It's not that innovative of a business model. You guys are simply the best at it because you've been investing the most. But other than that, the rest is nothing but a hard truth bomb, annihilating a nation's worth of stupidity. About goddamn time. Now let's let the radiation settle so all the stupid people are unable to breed in the future. Because those exact same people that are encouraging Sony to continue this business practice of keeping content off of Game Pass to prevent millions of people from saving money on video games should lose their reproductive rights. Sony doesn't want any of you saving money, they want you going and spending a full $70 on their console. This form of competition is bad for the consumers. Get that through your head, ponies. This is not good, this is bad. Encouraging your favorite corporation to limit accessibility of a video game to the most expensive option is not in your favor or anyone else's. It then claims, indeed, Microsoft's ability to continue expanding Game Pass has been obstructed by Sony's desire to inhibit such growth. Sony pays for blocking rights to prevent developers from adding content to Game Pass and other competing subscription services. These kinds of platform deals have been made common in the games industry, and reference was even made to PlayStation blocking third-party games appearing on Game Pass in docs revealed as part of last year's Epic vs. Apple lawsuit. Elsewhere in the document, Microsoft claimed that Sony does not want attractive subscription services to threaten its dominance in the digital distribution market for console games, arguing, in other words, Sony rails against the introduction of new monetization models capable of challenging its business model. It's all starting to make sense now. No wonder the PlayStation fanboys on every single social media platform you can think of spend all goddamn day fear-mongering about Game Pass. They are very much aware of how much Sony is threatened by it, and whatever hurts Sony hurts them, I guess. At this point, there is nothing they can do to argue against the fact that Sony is indeed scared of Game Pass. Well, sorry, no, not scared of Game Pass, scared of having to compete. For them, it's better to stop competition before it begins. So in turn, it would seem Microsoft decided to acquire Activision to prevent Sony from crippling them ever again. And can you blame them? This strategy worked extremely well for the PlayStation 4. And now that one of Sony's most successful strategies has been broken, they find themselves in a position where they're going to have to try something else. And do you know how much corporations hate having to do that? Do you know how much they hate having to innovate? A lot. Me, on the other hand, I very much enjoy it. I like watching two corporations destroy each other. It's beautiful. Nobody should be concerned for either Microsoft or Sony. If you could hear all the private conversations these companies have behind closed doors, none of you would be cheerleading, let's face it. Okay, no, I take that back. That's expecting too much. After all, your phones only exist because of child labor, so I doubt you guys give two shits. Sony's business model actively hurts the wallets of their own consumers and hurts people who play on other platforms. This isn't news. It's not like Microsoft isn't guilty for doing the exact same thing. They know they are, and that's probably why they kept their mouths shut for so long. But now that Sony wants to start bitching, Microsoft opened the palm of their hand to deliver them that slap. A much deserved one, mind you. Instead of wisely investing that money into putting more content on their subscription service, they decide to prevent the other subscription service from getting those games. Now, as of this moment, there has been no official response from Sony, but luckily for us, the PlayStation fanboys decided to speak on their behalf for them.
You have AIDS. Yes, you have AIDS. I hate to tell you, boy, that you have AIDS.
That's rich coming from the company that purchased two massive publishers solely to keep content off PlayStation because they were unable to compete in the market, despite being one of the largest companies in the world. The level of hypocrisy at Xbox is astounding.
Yeah, so no, not him. No, talking about you. No, not him either. Yeah, I am talking about you. You know what, never mind.
What? Oh, hold on. Microsoft? The ones who've kept their mouths shut for so long are the ones being hypocritical? And not Sony? The very same one who said subscription models aren't sustainable, yet goes out and makes their own subscription model? Pays to keep content off Game Pass for years? Secures exclusivity deals so other platforms don't get video games? They're not the ones being hypocritical. The very same Sony that was exposed for charging publishers a fee just to have crossplay?
The Xbox has a lot more money than Sony, yet they want to cry that they're keeping games off of Game Pass, so I'll ban them! Can Xbox Studios not produce enough games to sustain Game Pass? Third-party support is needed that bad? Shame!
Man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Have you not been paying attention? They did far more than just outbid them. They made sure Sony couldn't ever cripple them like that ever again by just purchasing them. A very simple but effective move. So instead of allowing Sony to secure every single marketing exclusivity deal, they're going to make sure Sony has to go through them first to get Call of Duty. All of you said for years you wanted Microsoft to step up their game. Well, they're doing it now, so don't go on bitching about it, especially when you're the corporation that pushed them into doing that.
Why is one of the biggest trillionaire companies in the world crying about little old broke Sony? How the Xbox like to say is keeping their Xbox/Game Pass division in last place. God dang it, broke Sony, why?
How dare you, Microsoft? How dare you go on and call out Sony? How dare you expose their anti-competitive practices? God damn it, now Game Pass is really gonna grow. Jesus Christ, Sony ponies put political simps to shame.
How long before Xbox start to blame Sony for the lackluster Game Pass lineups? Can't wait for the inevitable. There's an embargo against Xbox!
Well, first off, considering how good the Game Pass lineup is, even with Sony's interference, I couldn't imagine how much better it's going to get once that interference is removed. People no longer having to drop full price for shit like Call of Duty is going to increase the value of that service by a lot. And at this point, it's not a narrative, it's a known fact that Sony prohibits from going to Game Pass. And if they weren't concerned or viewed Game Pass as unsustainable, then why would they go out of their way to do this? Doesn't that logic ever resonate with the ponies? It's like showing liberals footage of Crackhead Hunter and them still denying it after watching it at least 10 times. Their concern isn't getting the lower end of the stick and still paying full price for Call of Duty. Their concern is the image Sony has built up and whatever they can do to maintain that image. And not a single one of them works in Sony's marketing team. And now knowing what Sony does behind the scenes, it makes a lot more sense why Microsoft wanted to purchase Activision. The ponies get to keep Call of Duty, it won't be made exclusive, and they're still upset. Their console war narrative is far more important than their own finances, I guess. Having multiple options of how to play a game is a problem for them if Sony isn't the one at the top. Because Sony crippling other companies is perfectly okay. They're number one, quality games, The Last of Us. But anyone else daring to do the same to Sony will feel the wrath of the ponies. Don't be too worried, it's not really all that bad. If you can handle pushing out a kidney stone, you can handle these guys. Anyways, pace yourself with that bag of salt I just gave you, cause I don't know when the next shipment will be coming in. But maybe you could speed it up by liking, commenting, or sharing and subscribing if you so choose to. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one. Well, maybe, we'll see.
Free Congo sucks ass.